everything either falls under God, as in like the Christian God, typically.
Mhm.
Well, I guess, or would you say there are three, that you have God and then whatever other religions are, and then government?
Well, you do, but a lot of, so like I can go into Islam or Hinduism, and they have theocracies and stuff where it's the religion actually runs the government and things, you know. So you have, uh, shoot, man, you could some poor people out in the Middle East. I mean, they have a very extreme fundamental view of what to do to people, how to treat people based off of what the Quran says. You understand that people understand like the history of the Quran, where it comes from, why Muhammad actually followed, I'm forgetting all the stuff, all the jargon stuff, but it's like after Allah, okay, like the reason being, like why, like what happened, and if you don't know that stuff, you just think, oh, this is just another monotheistic religion, and it's not. It's completely something different. As is Hinduism. Hinduism is polytheistic, but it's all about everything is God. I mean, trying to convert people in Hindu is hilarious. That are Hindus is like they'll be like, yeah, cool, let's go for it. Like, holy smokes, they're coming to Christ and then not realizing that, yeah, this is just another God. You know what I mean? So it's a whole breakdown. You have to break the theology down in a whole different way. So anyway, when you have God, multiple gods, and then government, someone's always trying to take the place of God. And that's actually what the deception of Satan actually is. And so when people understand like Satan is a real individual, as are demons. There's a real individual who is an angel that fell because he disobeyed, has the same choice as we as humans do, but have the same choice in heaven in God's presence, which is why there's no forgiveness for demons. Just because they see God's glory. We don't see God's glory. We're going off of faith. They saw God's glory because they're going off of sight. They saw it. And so they understood that they were created, but Satan wanted to be God. He wanted to be like God. Okay, so you can go to Isaiah 23 if you want to for that. But when you think through what that even means, you see that this wanting to be like God will always try to establish itself over God. And so whether it be government, whether it be other religions, everyone wants to take the place of what God actually says about faith, about redemption, about salvation, about sanctification, all those things, because they want to redefine it towards something that's secular or other than Christianity. Because the litmus is, again, it's Christianity, but everything else has to be modified or changed to work out this whole thing for what they want to be outside of Jesus. So they want to always negate the Jesus all the time.
Right.
So if government can do that, which they're trying to do right now here in the United States, I mean, they're literally trying to mandate all kinds of crap that's good for you, despite what your actual personal freedoms are. People understand the whole idea, the concepts of our Constitution come from the Bible, based off of personal freedom to choose God. That's I mean, plain and simple. It's the choice to choose God and then to live your life in that choice. But people want to be told what to do, which is unfortunate. So anyway, the government entities now are trying to take the replace themselves as God, which is communism and socialism, because they know what's best for the individual citizen versus the individual citizen knowing what's best for their government. It's super sad.
So I love this part of the conversation, because I think it's like once we can break down certain things, I think it's a lot easier, hopefully, for other people to see what's happening. Because the bad reputation that Christianity gets is that it's exclusive. It's exclusive, it's decisive, divisive, not just, it is decisive, but divisive, and judgmental, right? But when I started to read and study and understand the Bible and understood, like I said, a lot of these pillars of Christianity, I started to realize that Christianity is actually the only religion, not only that is solely faith-based, but also it's the only religion that puts everyone on an not evil, God, words today, level, even playing field. Let me clarify. It puts everyone on an even level playing field. And when you look at something like government, there's always going to be the elite in government. There's always going to be a hierarchy. There's and so, I mean, or you look at something like communism. I think a lot of people, when they look at, let's say, socialism or communism, you think that the idea that's sold to us is that we're all equal and everyone gets the same, but there's still someone divvying it up. And so therefore, because there's someone always divvying it up, that means that there's someone always in charge, there's someone always above, there's someone always at the head, and there's someone who always wants more, because that's our sinful nature. So that's never equal. That's never an even playing field. You look at other religions where you have different levels of consciousness, different levels of ascension, different levels of vibration. Well, that's not equal, because you have high vibe and you have low vibe, and you know, so that's a level of segregation. Christianity is the only one where you've got God, and then everyone else is on the same playing field because of sin.
Exactly.